Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet these amigurumi balloons. It's a very easy and a beginner friendly tutorial. So without any further delay, let's get into the tutorial. Now let's see what all materials we need in order to crochet these balloons. A 3 mm crochet hook. I've taken this green color 4-ply cotton yarn. You can go for any color and type of yarn as you desire. Fiber fill to stuff inside the balloons. Clippers which I will be using to stuff the fiber fill into the balloon. A stitch marker, tapestry needle and scissors. So let's begin. So now let's start with the tutorial. First make a magic circle. And into this magic circle, work 6 single crochets. Once you are done with the 6 single crochets, pull the tail of the magic circle to close it. And since we will be working in rounds, so to end this round, we need not work any slip stitches. Now let's start with the second round. For the second round, going into the first single crochet, work and increase, that is 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Now let's mark the first single crochet of the round. The sequence of this round is to work 2 single crochets into each of the stitch. So just continue with the sequence till the end. So here I have come towards the end of the second round, and by the end of the second round, the total number of single crochets are 12. Now let's start with the third round. Remove the stitch marker and into the mark stitch, work 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch of the round. Into the second stitch, work an increase, that is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So the sequence of this round is to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, followed by 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So continue with the sequence till the end of the round. So I have come to the end of the third round, and by the end of the third round, the total number of single crochets worked are 18. Now in the fourth round, we won't be working any increases. So going into each stitch, work 1 single crochet. So this is the first single crochet of the fourth round. Mark the first single crochet. Going into each of the stitch, work a single crochet. Now since I didn't work any increases, so by the end of the fourth round, the total number of single crochets remains the same, that is 18. Now in the fifth round, we shall make increases. Going into the first stitch, work 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch of the fifth round. Into the next stitch, work 1 more single crochet. Into the third stitch, work an increase, that is 2 single crochets into same stitch. So the pattern repeats. Work 1 single crochet each into the first 2 stitches, followed by an increase into the third stitch. So repeat with this sequence till the end of the round. So that ends the fifth round, and by the end of the fifth round, the total number of single crochets worked are 24. Now from round 6 to round 10, we won't be working any increases, just work 1 single crochet per stitch. So for the next 5 rounds, we'll be following the same sequence of making 1 single crochet per stitch. So by end of each of the rounds, we'll be having 24 single crochets. Now mark the first stitch of the 6th round and continue with the sequence. So once I'm done with the round 10, I shall get back. So in total I have worked 10 rows. Now in order to make the lower portion of the balloon, we'll be working few rows of decreases. So starting with the 11th round, work one single crochet into the first stitch. Work one more single crochet into the next stitch. So in total I have worked 2 single crochets. Now into the next 2 stitches we'll be working a single crochet reduction stitch. So for that we need to just go to the front loop of the first stitch, followed by the front loop of the next stitch, pull up the yarn and work a single crochet reduction stitch. So in all I have worked 3 single crochets. Now this sequence will be repeated for the entire round. So going into the next 2 stitches, work one single crochet each, followed by a single crochet reduction stitch. So just continue with this sequence till the end of the round. For the 11th round, in all I have worked 6 decreases. So by the end of the 11th round, the total number of single crochets are 18. Now for the 12th round, we won't be working any decreases. So going into each of the stitches, work one single crochet. So this is the first single crochet of the 12th round. Put the stitch marker and just continue working one single crochet into each of the stitches till the end of the round. So by the end of the 12th round, the number of single crochets will remain the same, that is 18. Now in the 13th round, we will be making few decreases. Into the first stitch, work one single crochet. Into the next 2 stitches, we will be working a single crochet reduction stitch. So going to the front loops of the 2 stitches, pull up the yarn and work a single crochet reduction stitch. So this pattern will be followed for the entire round. So going into the first stitch, work one single crochet followed by a decrease, that is single crochet reduction stitch into the next 2 stitches. Continue with this pattern till the end of the round. Now since I had worked 6 decreases, so by the end of 13th round, the total number of single crochets are 12. Now before starting up with the last round, we need to stuff inside the balloon. Now we shall start with the 14th round. Now in this round we will be making 6 decreases in total. So going into the first 2 stitches through the front loops, work the first decrease, mark the stitch, going into the next 2 stitches on the front loops, work the second decrease. So in this way we will be working in total 6 decreases. So here I am done with the 14th round, and in this round I had worked 6 decreases. So that makes the total count of single crochets as 6. Now before the final closure, we shall just stuff a little bit more. Now we will be making this tiny frills underneath the balloon. So for that we shall make one round of increases. So removing the stitch marker, going into the front loop, work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Moving to the next stitch, on the front loop, work 2 single crochets. So this will be repeated for a total of 6 times. So after working with this round, I have slip stitched into the first stitch and cut the yarn. I have left a little bit of a long tail which will be used to wind up around the base, as well as this will act as a tail for the balloon. Insert the needle into the base stitch like this. And then going through one of the stitches, pull the needle from the back side. So that completes our amigurumi balloon tutorial. So I hope you found it really very useful and interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.